Memories of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around, mysteries we...
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, Jenna. Good morning, Jenny. Yes, it is a very, very foggy morning. I'm wondering what rush hour is going to be like. And Angelina, good morning. So good morning, everyone, to the MyTarot morning reflection, our daily inventory, and our chance to take a breath on this very cloudy, foggy, misty day, but it's a Thursday. And you know what that means? One more day till the weekend. I was just sitting here making plans. What are we going to do this weekend? What would be special? So, but we shall see how things go. So, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, we're taking a breath, aren't we? And listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. And it's our reminder that it's okay to slow down in the morning. Again, it's like I am grateful for a routine. That's why I suggest if you have ADD or bounce off the walls like I do, having a routine is probably a good thing. Because otherwise, I would still be getting up. I'd be getting my 7th cup of coffee right now. Stuck on the internet, reading all the negative news out there. But instead, I'm coming up on almost 1,000 videos. I'm like at 965 videos. My gosh. So, and most of those are of me saying, let's take a breath. And then checking in with where the feet are. And rolling the ankles, because gosh, that feels good on the calves. And then having our butts do the kitty dance, get that nice and situated. Taking that breath to check in with the shoulders, and the neck. And flipping that light switch that says, all right, let's go to someplace else for a few minutes and let's check in with the universe. Or as I like to say, where the universe holds up a mirror, asks us, what do we see? And we use the tarot for that reflection. And take an extra sip of coffee. The coffee's the actual light switch. So, what does the universe have for us today? You know, I do repeat a lot of the same things, but it's because it's through repetition that we ingrain things. It's the reason why when I flip the cards and listen to them like the kind of sound of the ocean, it's like even when I'm teaching, it's funny because I talk about meditation and just talking about it, I feel my hands doing this and I laugh because all of a sudden I'm breathing. So I really encourage people to find their own light switch, something that makes them do something healthy for themselves. So, guess what I'm going to do next? I am going to make our 3 stacks. It's like each one's a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea, and if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path because this stack will lead down one conversation. This conversation is going to take us down a totally different path than this conversation. So the question is, which thread do we want to pull? Today I'm going to pull the top stack, or what I like to think of as things that are right in front of us and we don't even see it. And I'm going to do our 3 in 1. And I'll flip each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book, and this is the exciting part. I always love seeing what that first card's going to be. And today, ooh, we have, so I'm using the pagan otherworlds, and this is the King of Cups. So, kings are us what? Adulting, right? Kings are when we have to make sure that the home is taken care of, that the finances are taken care of, that we're doing what we have to do. A king is element of air, which is thoughts and ideas. And even if we don't feel like getting out of bed, the king still has the duties to do, right? But it's the King of Cups. That's why we have all this water here. And cups are our emotions, our feelings, our spirituality. And so the King of Cups will understand, will see things through a filter of empathy and intuition. So it's not just about black and white. It's about what are the nuances and what are the emotions behind this and how is somebody feeling. So today is a day of empathy, taking charge, understanding, making sure that things get taken care of, but with a little dash of compassion. And what is this King of Cups looking at? Which is this card. Which is the Emperor. So the Emperor, this is our major card. Okay. So minors are day to day. So this is when we are getting up in the morning and just doing what we have to do, getting our shoes on so that we can go where we need to next. Always makes me think of old King Cole, who was a very merry old soul. So this is the day-to-day card. This is our welcome to Thursday, doing what we need to do. But remember, it's the small steps that lead us to the majors. And the majors are the destiny cards and the ones we need to pay attention to. So today, when we see the major, especially in the middle right here, it means that we need to really pay attention to something, make sure that this does happen. Sometimes, we want to have empathy. We want to be understanding and things like that. But as the Emperor, the most important thing is just to get it done. I'm sorry how you feel sometimes, but this is what needs to happen. And you can see they're even kind of looking at each other here. And again, the Emperor it's not that the Emperor doesn't have empathy. It's just that the Emperor realizes that we need to think long term. It's not about today and how I feel today. It's about where we are going and where we want to be. And again, with the cards, it's not male or female. It's masculine energy, feminine energy. So, then what is the next card we have here? Which is the Hermit. So this is one of those growth, and we had the Hermit not that long ago again this week. So again, it is about taking charge, making sure things get done. But sometimes we need to realize that, how do I put this? Because, we want to be around people. Especially the King of Cups, wants to be around people, wants to make sure. But when we are the Emperor and the Hermit, sometimes we need to separate ourselves from everybody else. We need to be able to find the quiet to make sure that we are doing what we need to do. Sometimes a committee is great. Sometimes a committee is what we need. So we can ask, how do you feel about this? What do you think? But there's other times where we need to be able to separate ourselves from the people we love, from the emotions, from all these things. And we need to go up and just actually see things for the way they really, really are. Which means a hermit does what? A hermit goes up into the mountains to contemplate where they're at in the universe, what's going on around them. It's about self-learning, self-processing. So when we have the Emperor Hermit, imagine that. we have our kingdom, we have the way things are and the way things have been. And then one day the emperor says, I'm going to leave the kingdom for a while. I need to go up into the mountains. I need to understand what my place is, what our place is. I need to look past the emotions. I need to look past, what I want compared to what we need. And then he finds that silent place so that we can look at our finances, so that we can look at, all the basics, food, shelter, relationships, separate from everything, so that we can really see what's really needed to move forward. So that when the Emperor Hermit comes down from the mountain, let's see what the advice card is. Oh, look at this. The Strength card. Which is another major. So why do we separate ourselves sometimes? Because we need to be able to find the strength to see things and to do things that need to be done. Sometimes it's hard to say, yes, I want to take this vacation, but we can't afford it. Yes, I want a new car, but maybe we need to buy something used for now. It's one of those things where we want to be the empathetic king, but sometimes we need to take a step out of the box and go really check out where we are and what we need to do to be that good emperor. That person that will make sure that the things are taken care of and not be blinded by emotions and feelings. And then when we come back, people are going to see that strength, even if we have to say this or that, and it's not what we want. But when we have strength, people will realize, you know what, this is what we need. This is what, we exude that confidence that says, this is out of love. So as Maureen says, you're kind of on your own and getting stuff done, but you might as well be good-humored about it and glad you are strong enough. Yeah. So today, it's about finding that strength, taking a step back, and finding the strength and kind of like refilling our gas tank by separating ourselves from everything else. Refill our gas tank, and then when we come back, feeling confident, feeling good about ourselves, and knowing that we will get things done. And with that, wow, yes, and the 3 repeating cards. The Emperor is the only newcomer this week. I know. This is so we want to pay attention. Again, the majors are the Destiny cards. And when we have 3 majors in a 4-card spread, it's something to really pay attention to. So, thank you very much again. Take care. And I will see everybody again tomorrow.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the card.